I feel like I'm sitting up in higher realms. Happy Friday. I'm recording this on a Friday. I don't know where y'all at or what timeline y'all on. But uh, I'm sitting up by a Friday. Which really mean I can see all the way up to like Tuesday. So this message, it could be to anybody because I'm talking to the day. You see what I'm saying? Grand risings, wealthy rise. It's a wealthy rising. Do you know, do you know, do you know? I'm talking to anybody. I'm speaking to a nation. This could be the mass. Did you know that something happened when you get up first thing in the morning before you even thought to pray? It's a lot of people that don't understand something that they trying to know. God's children. T-Saw. I'm saying that to somebody. Did you know, like, when you get up, God woke up this morning. God woke up this morning. Therefore, that makes God able. That's way before you pray. That's way before you even think about it. That's a fact. That's the fact that it started with. See what I'm saying? When you first wake up in the morning, that's an ability to something. That's an ability to all things. I'm saying that to somebody. He lost. Okay? Ceci is a chemist. I am a seer. I say to somebody, if you want this message on a Friday, you should not be sending back evil eye, because when the evil eye get on you, that means you are putting back inside of yourself. That means something is sick, something within you has woken up. When you start to feel like everything is against you, when you start feeling like somebody could be against you, because that says that's something that they don't know already. When somebody can go against you, when two people bump heads, somebody don't know something already. You have an ability in that situation to turn it around. That's how you alchemize something between two people. That's way before communication. That's way before you start speaking. I'm telling you why all of these things is made up first. Like when you start talking about even talking or having a conversation with somebody. Because you have the ability to do something already before you even knew it. Or before you even say something out of your mouth. Facts. I'm saying that to anybody right now. That's a really big old fact. So if you're trying to do, I was telling y'all about the manifest. We speaking about the manifest. Every day is the manifest. Somebody, you are surrounded by the miracle. Did you know, did you know, did you know? The truth hurt. The truth hurt. This message might serve as a trigger warning to somebody that may not know who God is, because they may not know themselves. Somebody may not know that they even exist. When you are the unconscious mind and when you are asleep already, you don't know you woke. So that's how come you'll wake up every day and you'll go through some things. That's not life throwing you anything. Life don't throw you nothing. That's pieces to steal. Life don't owe you anything. So life don't throw you nothing. But a lot of the things that people go through in their life, they say, that's just a part of life. No, it's not. That's just a part of you not knowing you exist in this life that you live. Facts. So you'll get up and you'll go to work, or you'll sit your own authority outside of yourself and you'll wake up and say, Father, facts. That may offend somebody that don't know who God is. Whole lot of free game. Did you know, did you know, did you know that you shouldn't even be praying until you're ready to die? Because when you start praying, prayer is a weapon and a hearse. It's a death spell. I've been getting on here telling somebody to stop praying, because only then you're going to keep on waking up, and it may require you to lose somebody that you love, because you'll become the ghost when you start praying. When you start closing your eyes and when you start going to sleep like that and you start asking for a favor, Babala could be asking for a favor at this time. When you start asking for a favor, when you're talking about that's black magic, you aren't supposed to go see until you're ready to see. Ashe. You ain't supposed to be doing that. That's all wrong. It goes against the grain. It goes against laws of attraction. That's all wrong. You ain't supposed to be doing that. Free game. This just the law. Somebody could watch this message and be totally in disagreement. That just makes you one of God's kids. And I'm okay with that. You see what I'm saying? Be okay with that, family. Somebody, you are surrounded by the miracle. You may be in a phase in your life right now where you don't know how the miracle is going to come. When you start hearing that, God is about to perform a miracle in your life, but you don't know how the miracle going to come. That's talking about a wake up. That's like a spell to a wake up. That's telling you to wake up when you start talking about the miracle. When you start asking for things, because it's like the evil eye already sees you already. The evil eye already know what you need before you even ask for it. That's God. God already know you already. And that's why I'm saying, like, grand rising to a queen at the top of her morning. Why? Because, so you should be in this phase where you are dating. You ain't trying to shack up with no man that's still waking up saying, thank you, Father. Because God already know who you is. That's talking about you living on yourself. Facts. And grand rising to a king at the top of his morning. Why? Because, bruh, you already know a woman of God when you see her. Ashe. Because you've been finding God. Somebody waking up saying, thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Lord. Facts. That already right there should divide man and woman. Therefore, they are not equal. Facts, but they can stand. That's separation. That's two people. That's physics to somebody. So you shouldn't even be worried about even doing no protection spells. You see what I'm saying? You ain't got to do no protection spells if you already know the law already. That says you ain't got to worry about nobody fucking over you. You ain't got to worry about nobody even talking to you crazy. Because even when somebody talk to you crazy, your authority to be aware of something will already move trouble out of your way. Facts. You woke up, God woke up this morning to somebody. I don't know why you on this message or what you may be listening to it for, but God woke up this morning. When you start talking about religion, you don't join religion, you use it. When you get sick, you got to go to the doctor, they're going to give you some medicine. But when you're talking about healing yourself, when you go to touching yourself, when you go to saying like healing yourself, you are already the medicine to your temple. Facts, that's your mind. So if you're praying, that takes you away from your mind. That's Jesus standing in front of the sun. That's taking you away from your own ability to think because you woke up already before you even knew you was thinking. When you start thinking, you know something. It take you away from your mind. When you stop thinking and you more so start following the existence, then only then you will exist. You will know what you're doing at this appointed time. What you're supposed to be doing at this appointed time. Who is around you. You can see everything. Facts. Whole lot of free game. And if Jesus is love, then that means Jesus is you. Ashe, bruh. Grand rising to a king at the top of his morning. Why? Because you already know if you see a woman of God by the way she chose you to love her. Because a woman don't go find love. It's already in her. So if that bitch requiring too much, then and she wanting you to be there and just love on her, then she may not be a woman of God. She may just be a child of God. You see what I'm saying? Listen, spiritual incest is real. A lot of relationships don't work because they probably be sister and brother spiritually first. Divine feminine and divine masculine is two people that don't know each other. They gonna bump heads. You don't court you court your divine counterpart. Y'all don't mate. That's not your soul mate. Facts. So you'll get with somebody that you feel like you got a lot of things in common with. And y'all will keep on bumping heads just because y'all still is not one. You got to turn around. That's you versus you. You got to turn around. So you keep on just finding yourself meeting the wrong friends, meeting the wrong partners. You see what I'm saying? You'll fuck around and start just bumping head. That's law of attraction. That's two people. Before they know each other, one. All you need is 3 eyes on you. Facts, Illuminati. That's that part. See what I'm saying? That's all you need. So if you know that that's the evil eye, you want the evil eye on you. I woke up feeling really fucking famous this morning. And I was looking at my hands. I said, damn, there's some eyeballs in my hands. Facts, I can see them. I posted it. If y'all ain't following my Instagram, go pull up on my game, on some free game. I was just on some free game, smoking channel, meditation type shit. Facts, some of y'all could be surrounded by the manifest. You could be in your life where you're trying to figure out how something is about to happen for you, because I'm picking that up in the spirit. You're trying to see like how something going, how something taking place. There's ability of somebody here expecting something. It feels like you're in this expectant season where you are expecting something right now, right? And something just seemed like it's just taking a long time to come. Yet you just feel it and you just know something is there, but it still ain't come. Okay, that's your own elevation to you. God perform miracles. You learning that says that everything that's around you, you trying to see how the hell it's gonna come so you can fix it, so you can feel it, so you can touch it. Somebody working with the mass. You know what I mean? Yes. Somebody working with the mass. And that's talking about everything that's around you. You trying to learn how to touch it. You trying to learn how to feel it, or you trying to learn how to see it, or something like you want it in your possession. It's already here. Now you learn how to touch it all over again. You know, when you was a little boy or a little girl, you had to grow up. You had to learn how to walk. You had to learn how to talk. You had to learn how to do certain things. But as a functioning adult, you still be raised up spiritually in the spirit realm. You start growing up. Right? When you start growing up, it's not your mom and your daddy being there for you no more. You could just call and ask your mom and your daddy, and even if you could call and ask your mom and your daddy, it still wouldn't be what you can give yourself. So you would have to still grow up. At a certain age, you get out of your mom and your dad's house. At a certain age, you just start working. At a certain age, you learn how to do certain things. Life is just supposed to be a teaching, not a living. Some of y'all could be having a hard time like making a living. You might feel like you broke, or you might feel like you don't have enough. You can never have too much money. Facts. So we start talking about like growing up and raising up. Somebody that's watching this message, our eyes gonna stumble across this message. Somebody got some money, and you still bored with life. You might be able to travel to all the nice places and eat all the fine things, but something comes to an end, because that's the fool energy. When you make it to the top. When you make it to the top, everything stops. And if you're not manifesting, then everything will just sit still. You'll go through what's called an introspection, a time lapse. It'll become a phase. Only then you will sit at the face of this earth. And everything will just still be moving while you just sitting still, waiting on God to show up and perform a miracle. That's to the rich and to the poor. From the young to the old. That's to the real and to the fake. Because everything will go back. Time will start all over again. Grand reset, grand risings. When you make it to the sun. Facts. Whole lot of free game, family. Merry Christmas to somebody. Sheep talk. Okay? Somebody. I seen a video on TikTok yesterday. I liked it and reposted it. It was a man talking about Scorpios. He said, Scorpios, y'all come up out of all that black. Come up out of all that black. Y'all little wind black. Get outside. There's still some good things out here. One thing about a Scorpio family, I speak for myself when I say this, so another Scorpio could be resonant to this, right? One thing about a Scorpio family, you can only predict it. Scorpios show up as death, transformation, and judgment. Facts. They're literally walking karma. They're walking temptation. Scorpios are really the devil. Scorpios are really dark. Scorpios are really deep. Scorpios are really black. They come from the underworld, right? They can see even when shit get pitch black dark, they still got eyes in the back of their head. They still got eyes in their fingers. They got eyes in the bottom of their feet. They got eyes everywhere, because that's the seraphim. That's the one that carry all God's secrets. So you'll never be able to really fully read a Scorpio. You can only predict them. That's why in this life, astrology says, and amongst society, everybody's still trying to speculate on who God is or when Jesus is coming back. Because if you look at astrology, if you look at the birth date, if you look at the zodiac, you'll be able to speak and relate to the planet all of a sudden. Facts. You won't never. So I reposted this man video because somebody could tell a lie in this life. That's what put fake here. Because somebody can tell a lie because they don't fully know the truth. Facts. You're not, even when you say you just chosen. To be chosen, that is a spirit amongst you. All chosen one, you might fuck around and be scrolling on your For You or something like that, and you might just see somebody yelling. Like they trying to force the word on you. You can tell who waking up, and you can tell who being ran, and you can tell when there are spirits. When I first started going through my ascension, I was saying I was the chosen one. You're not just chosen, it's go higher, see higher, be higher, or be less blessed. You're gonna stay in a world where you just being blessed. Facts. I'm saying that to anybody. It don't matter like really what you think. When somebody go to thinking, I'm saying this to anybody. I'm just saying grand rising to the day. I'm speaking to the day, right? When I say this part, you should already know what somebody is capable of due to anything. When they even start trying to judge you out of their mouth, that makes you the judge. You should be able to see a situation. That's that part where God woke up this morning before you even prayed. Somebody can do something in front of you, and you can see something in front of. That's the prayer. That's the Lord's prayer. The prayer is every day, so you shouldn't be getting up every day, closing your eyes and praying, because the prayer already done manifests. See what I'm saying? I'm talking about even if you're talking about a physical existence, it's already here already. So what are you praying for? So if you're using prayer to ask for something, then you're gonna keep bubbling asking for a favor. That's why Ephah is in spiritual debt. Somebody gonna get really offended when I say that, but it's truth. I speak facts. I'm one of the Orishas. I'm the bunny, honey. Facts. Going to have somebody to do some type of work for you so you can beat a court case. Or having somebody to do some type of ritual for you to bring in money. That's cheating time. I'm saying this because I carry time. This how come I can see it. Facts. When you carry time, it's an ascension that you go through, and it's a process. You can know something. That don't mean that it's right, and that don't mean that you are supposed to use it. That's that part where God woke up this morning before you even had the ability to think, ability to speak, ability to even touch anything. That's your conscious. Conscious already gave you an ability to something. So therefore, when you go and pray for it, and you go and ask for it, and you champ over in it, and you use it, it becomes law of attraction. It goes against it. You'll cause people to go against each other. That's why evil doesn't. That's why evil runs the world. It's an evil eye that says that people could be good and people could be bad. People could tell the truth and people could lie. That's what that says, family. Facts. And golden eternal. Hashay. That is one of God's children, right? When when you say something out of your mouth, I'm telling y'all about language. I'm speaking gibberish right now. Literally. Somebody, that may seem like somebody on my live trolling me right now, because somebody's saying you yapping BS. They don't understand that I speak different languages. Facts. In a human world, it might just sound like I'm just saying something. BKA, they call it English. But to somebody that ain't spiritually woke, I might fuck around and speak English out my mouth, and it may come off as gibberish. T-Soft, my right, it just rained when I just said that. So somebody might fuck around and they might just say something I can see through the veil. T-Law. It ain't even just thin, it's just down. I could just see everything. When it be like that, you could just see souls. Like I can see souls, the darkness is the veil. I don't care if you watching me and you white, you Hispanic, you black. I can fuck around and speak to a stranger for that reason, because I can undress somebody with my eyes. It's an anointing. You have to be, it's deeper than just being spiritually protected. I want to just put this gab out here to somebody. It's deeper than that. It's deeper than just being spiritually protected by God. Because when you start seeing higher, family, it get dark. Facts. And you'll start to go through some things. You can't tell somebody something until you literally done went through hell and back. You gotta literally be done went through hell and back. That's when the wise get put on. Facts. Whole lot of free game to somebody on a Friday. I'm picking up to somebody like you trying to like get in motion or something like that, or you trying to make something fall into fruition for you or something like that, or you trying to make a way, something like that. Get in your bag. Get in your bag. That means you should be programming your own situation right now. That's the justice that somebody been praying for. You done been brought back to the root. Time done been back put on your side. It's a reset. That's what a reset is. When you have a reset, that says that every man for thyself. That means that everything that's happening for you right now is because you are putting it in place. You're manifesting that. You're putting it where it's supposed to be. You woke up this morning. Facts. To somebody. That's going to speed up your manifestation if that's what you're trying to do. That's going to speed up time for somebody if that's what you're trying to do. When you come out of that prayer, because prayer is sitting. It's a sitting phase. When you start praying, because you go through a really deep introspection, it's a death that happens. And time will keep changing. Time will keep changing, but it'll just feel like you stuck in one life. That's the body. It'll just feel like you just stuck in one life forever. That's eternal living. But when you start talking about you want to start going somewhere and you want to travel and you want to have this and you want to have that, then you got to wake back up. You got to wake back up again. That's the next day. You got to wake back up again. And you got to get yourself out of that old life, that old run. Because memories, they carry. Facts. But the higher you go up, I'm talking about consciously, the higher that you go up, you become a ghost. That's how come you ain't around certain people anymore. Y'all are not doing the same things. Peace, peace, family, grand rising. Y'all are not doing the same things anymore. Y'all are not eating the same things anymore. That's how you go up the higher realms. You see what I'm saying? That's how you do all that when you start becoming a ghost. That says that you wake up every day and you actually realize. When you start to realize, then you make everything a realization. When you make it a realization, then you'll start being able to see the existence. Okay, so now I'm really good at doing this. I'm really good at doing that. That's when you will become the multi-talented one, because you start to multitask. You become the ghost writer. Some people should be writing something down. You want to know how the Bible was written. Somebody want to know how the Bible was written. How did they even come up with the Bible? Because you got to start spacing. Facts. You got to become a ghost. You got to go up to heaven so you can see everything. You got to fuck around and just, you got to die out of that old life so you can go up there and you can get it. The Bible is open to anybody. If you are seeing up there, you can see the Holy Bible. Facts. You carry the law. Then you can bring it back down. To go up is to go down. Only then you live. Sheila. Facts. These are facts. That's it. That's all. It's free. I call this shit free game. So, bruh, I don't know what you got going on in your day on a Friday, because a Friday can get really, really busy. This is normally the marking of the beast. Everybody getting paid. Everybody going to bars and shit like that. They try to tell you like it's a bad thing, but spirits is not bad when you know spirit. Only you create the bad if you don't know yourself. If you don't know yourself, and every time you pray, you just gonna see black. So that means you can create anything in this life. Magic is real. You'll fuck around and create anything. That means you can go to a bar, son, and meet an old sucker ass nigga, because you don't even see it sold on them, because you don't even know you living. Facts. So you'll go for anything. A nigga can tell you pretty and pay your bills or something like that, and you'll lower your morals. That's because you just all the way stuck. You stuck in one mind. And then it'll cause you to see things one way, bruh. And then only then you'll be feeling like you elevated and cocky and you only wanted a woman to submit because you don't know God either. So then that's when you'll start meeting your divine counterpart. Somebody will fuck around and go get married out of wedlock. See what I'm saying? I'm widowed now for 7 years. I know that. Facts. Mary had a son. Whole lot of free game. That's a whole lot of this shit. So then you just keep on creating the same mistakes in this life all over again. The same mistakes all over again. That's how come I ain't never knew under the sun. And that's how come history just keep on repeating itself. And you gotta start standing on business about your motherfucking lineage. That says, Prime, I had 5 kids, 3 boys and 2 girls, right? I put the evil out up around. I gave birth back to the sun. So that makes me a mother god. That's one of the reasons why I'm able to see. I killed myself when I tied my tubes in 2011. When I stopped having kids. When you give birth, when you keep on giving birth to the kids, right? That puts you back in time. That says you in the matrix. Because you got to keep on learning the same things all over again. But I stopped my karmic debt when I tied my tubes. So you might be somebody sitting around You might be celibate at this time, bro. You might be around this bitch just celibate at this time. Because now y'all waking up to y'all being divine feminine and divine masculine. Spiritually, brothers and sisters. You got to elevate past that. And if it's like that, then that means y'all ain't going to be able to be together. That's the karmic debt to society. That says that, damn, how come everybody that I meet, these folks just be on some low shit? Damn, they're telling you right there what time you in right there. Because that's the BKA, all of God's children. When you don't know God, you'll just stay God's children. And y'all will keep bumping heads. Y'all keep going against each other. That's the same thing that probably happened in your mom and your dad's house. When you was a little boy and a little girl. Some of y'all got siblings, some of y'all don't. Everybody got different spiritual stains. That's the clouds. That's what make up the clouds in the sky. When you start talking about everybody got a story to tell. That's what create the fairy tale. That's what makes the clouds. And then the weather that's outside, that tell your everyday mood. You control the weather. When you wake up in a good mood, it might fuck around and be sun outside, even if it's cold. That's the mass. That's the masses. Even if it's cold outside, it's gonna still have some sun somewhere. When you tap in, it's sun outside. Facts. When you wake up in front of the sun, when you wake up every day. Somebody said, you let the serpent get you. I am the serpent, family. Whole lot of free game, a three-headed snake, Gila. Facts. I'm literally a mother god. I am the serpent, family. That says this shit. I tell you who I am. You must be new over here. So ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce myself. If this is your first time on Spirit Guide Intuitions, I am Sissy Slayani the Bunny. Okay, that's Sissy with 2 S's and not an X. Facts. One of my spiritual rankings, I am beautiful. Washayla, Kisa, the Bunny, honey. Facts. Whole lot of free game. That says this shit can go really, really right, or this shit can go really, really wrong. I am black. Facts. That says that. Free game, family. I don't really know where nobody be getting it when they be saying that. I don't know where you be getting it when you be saying that, but only somebody can judge you, family, when you don't know you the judge. Facts. I'm the judge, family. I'm not worried about nobody judging me. You'll fuck around and die out of that life and come see me. You'll wake up to who God is talking like that. That's called using God's name in vain. Facts. I respect myself. I have a whole set of morals on me, family. A whole lot of free game. So that says that people gonna fuck with me. People gonna respect me. I ain't gotta worry about going famous or being famous. I'm already the famous one. Facts. I am seen by everything. I can tell you what's gonna happen, how it's gonna happen, before it's gonna happen, and when it's gonna happen, family. Facts. I can see everything. Whole lot of free game, family. On a Friday, let's get y'all some of these messages. Ashe. Okay, I was just chopping it up with y'all. Somebody watching this message, peace to you. Okay. I'm a real nigga. Somebody in your household, they wake up and tell you that this morning. They might even told you that they love you. Somebody may even told you that they like you. They even woke up and told you good morning or what you doing. Something like that. They didn't tell you that though. Facts. That's just that shit you don't see every day. I just made somebody day with this shit. Okay? Facts. That's a whole lot of free game. I know that. All you need is 3 eyes to watch. It don't matter about anything else. That mean that any other followers after 3, everything's made up. I know that's the fairy tale that's looking at me. Facts. Facts, family. And that's not judgment. Don't get offended. Nobody should get offended when I say that, because that ain't judgment. If you know who God is already, if you already know that, if you already know, understand this, family. Keep this in mind that happy don't talk. It exists. Okay, it's a mutual feeling between a frequency and a person. Facts. That's what that is. So when you get somebody, when you start going up and flicking up like this in front of the camera like that, family, and the fairy tale start watching you, right? How do you make everything go away? How do you keep trouble out of your way, family? By telling the truth. So that expose a lie, so you can already just see already what's going on. You can already program the money. Facts. You can already see how the money gonna be programmed. Those are the heads that I'm talking to at this time. Somebody on here saying something crazy or rhetorical or anything out the way out of their mouth, you will be the one that'll be used. Facts. You might be really trying to chase you some money right now. You might be losing it. In fact, that's karma. Only you creating the karma on divine timing. Facts. Whole lot of free game to somebody. Ashe. Spirit, what's going on? What's going on, Spirit? At this point now, that's called clout chasing. When you done already told somebody who you is, and somebody just continuously want to go back and forth and say mean things against your fame, because your name is your fame, okay? Your image is your presence. Facts. And when somebody want to keep speaking negatively to you or towards you or something like that, family, that just already says where you at. Facts. You literally becoming an enemy. Enemies are created. Spirit, what's going on a Friday for my family? Thank you. Shadow work, okay? Somebody, you could be literally in the shadows at this time, or you could be hearing from the shadows over this weekend. Somebody, literally, this could just be you doing shadow work. This shadow work is bringing in a miracle. I am literally picking something up about a miracle. This is you believing in nothing at this time, okay? Because they tell you that everybody got to believe in something, and this is you believing in nothing. You may even be in a time where you don't believe anymore. This is how a miracle happened. You at the right place at the right time, okay? Something like that what I'm picking up on here, okay? Closure in reverse, because I feel like over this weekend, you unlocking something here, some type of ability, some type of gift, okay? I'm also getting like, this could be somebody's solar plexus as well, and I'm picking up on like blockages. Whatever was blocking you, I seen ascension when I was just speaking. Somebody here, okay, you done unlocked something because you done went higher, okay? Some type of shadow work. You could be traveling through the shadows, okay? BKA, this could be the unknown. Unblocking a new phase. Like everything is dark until you ready to see. T-Saw, okay? So I'm saying something like that to somebody like, I can literally be speaking to somebody that is a seer. You are seeing more over your weekend. Okay, when I first started this live, I said I could be talking to, I'm recording this on a Friday. I could be seeing all the way to Tuesday. Okay, so this could be you seeing higher to somebody. Okay, in a physical life, if I'm speaking to a physical world, this could literally mean like an approval for something. Like some type of door opening up or something like that. Okay. Some going just like that, okay? Life is giving you a choice, okay? Is what I'm picking up on. Like this weekend, you got a choice between something. It seems like you're gonna be saying which direction. It feels like which direction you're going to. Somebody could also be thinking about moving. Okay, I'm channeling off of this door right here, T-Law. Okay, you're getting ready to move. You're trying to see what area you're going to move into or something like that. This could be a business you're relocating or something like that, D-Law. Okay, but I feel like because it's your choice, this is what's going to bring in a miracle. God's blessings. It's like something about you being your authentic self and you using your own mind. Not what God told you to do, but something that you already know already. You making a decision to do something, and this is gonna work for you. I said something happened before you start to pray. Before you even think about praying, something happened first. That's your ability. So you have the ability to say which way you want to go. That's where you will be. Okay? It's literally something like that. It's like voila, magic. Okay? This could be magic that I'm tapped into or something like that. Man, voila, magic, something like that. Inner child, because somebody you tapped in with your inner child. Okay, this could literally be darkness. This used to be a boogeyman when you was a little boy or a little girl. Or for somebody you used to have nightmares, the boogeyman was God. Something like that. This could be your subconscious. Damn, that's deep, spirit. I'm on one. Sissy talk to him. That's deep, spirit. Okay. Free game. Peace to everybody. What's going on a Friday? Yeah, I also see somebody's throat chakra being activated. Okay, there is communication coming over the weekend. Okay, somebody that's been hiding, somebody that ain't been showing their face Somebody you ain't seen in a very long time. For somebody, this is you coming back into yourself. You finding your JoJo mojo back. You might feel like you might feel young again. Inner child is here. You might fuck around. It could be talking about you versus you. This could be you just this weekend. You just feel good about yourself. So you putting some clothes on. You might get all dolled up or something like that, bro. You putting that shit on this weekend. This just you popping your own shit. Something like that. You taking care of yourself. Somebody might have a spa day or something like that. Some going like that. For somebody, this just some communication coming from somebody that, again, you ain't heard from, you ain't seen in a little minute or something like that. Somebody reaching out. You gonna have a choice between two situations. Okay, something like that. This could be from then, and I'm getting like now and later. Okay, so I could be saying this shit. It's just the energy that I'm picking up over the day. I could be talking about tomorrow. See what I'm saying? Something like that. Okay, because it feel like I'm tapped into fate. Okay, you can also see faith. Okay, faith is not real. I'm saying that to somebody. Oh my God, that bitch sound like the devil. Oh my God, that is divination. Family, it's only dark, family, when you don't supposed to be using it. I don't use my gift for evil intents. Free game, somebody might be new watching me. I don't offer those type of services. I don't do spell work for people. I don't do black magic on folks and shit like that. I don't move like that. I have a gift. When you have a gift, that's kind of like coming from somebody like me. If I was to even do spell work on somebody, that would be a favor. You see what I'm saying? Even if I pray for them, that's a favor. And I had to go through a lot. I literally had to go through hell and back just to know what I know. So I ain't gonna just get that shit away. Make it easy for somebody like that. Just praying for somebody and just giving away my power when you pray for folks. Some of y'all could be praying for folks. Start doing it. You giving away your own authority. Cause you take on people karma when you pray for them. Help is a sin. That's coming from the real book. I ain't talking about it's many Bibles here, but it's a bunch of missing pages. It's a really big book when you get up there. When you start receiving the books, when you go all the way up to the Akashic. Have you been in the Akashic? When you get up there in the Akashic, the library is so big. Witness. Ain't nowhere in the world somebody told you the truth in that book. Somebody told you some things, ain't tell you the holy truth. The holy is big. See what I'm saying? Whole lot of free game. Spirit, what's going on with this dealing with my family? Thank you. Yeah, somebody you done been through the storm. You done weathered the storm. That's what it looked like. Thank you, family. Star Angel 88. Okay, peace to you, family. Back at you. Okay, somebody you done went through a really big old storm. It might storm where you at this weekend. Somebody you can also be in your power at this time. This give me like tower energy. Okay, like a storm in the background or something like that. This give me like tower energy or something. It could be like, this can also be Wi-Fi, okay? It's like somebody, the internet might be good this weekend. This might be clout. Over this weekend, you getting like internet clout. This could be me tapping into the tower or something like that. It feel like a tower. It feel like a storm. Something like that. It may rain. I'm getting like rain, sleet, or snow. It may rain somewhere with somebody or something going like that. Facts. Somebody got some unexpected income coming over this weekend as well. Somebody may give you this in a card or something like that. Somebody finna give you some money. Because I'm picking up on like a miracle. You done learn how to touch something. Look at this girl hand. Her hand look like it's just open like that. You done learn. This give me like you touch, and then it look like a cloud behind her. And then it look like a whole bunch of people. This could be the mass, okay? They look like the mass in that card. Something like that, like something that you've been, something that was a secret, okay? Only you in the darkness know. Something, you know, this could be a prayer. You've been praying for something or something like that in secret. Only you in darkness know about this. They finna give you permission to get something, okay? You got access to something. That's why closure is in reverse. It's open, like you got access to some shit. This weekend, this could be like a prayer call. Tell off. Somebody, your right ear could be ringing. Literally, you could be having like ringing in your right ears or something like that. You know how they have like prayer call or something like that? I'm getting like a prayer call. This could be a prayer call from darkness. Okay, that's giving you that's giving you a blessing. This feel like a blessing or something like that. But this feel like this is BKA what's called a blessing in disguise. Like this literally feel like a blessing in disguise that I'm tapped into or something like that. Yeah, something like that. Family, I ain't, listen, where I'm at in my life right now, family, I'm 37 years old, right? All of my children are so big. I got a 21-year-old, a 20-year-old, a 18-year-old, a 17-year-old, a 14-year-old. I started fucking they daddy early. Facts, long live Scooby. Facts. Well, I'm going with it, family, is I got a whole lot of wives on me. And where I'm at in my life, family, I really don't be giving a fuck. On free game, family, that's that real big wake up and do what you want. It happens spiritually before it happens in the physical realm, family. That's you genuinely being happy. That's the only way you're gonna be able to be at peace. The only way, family, that's the only way you're gonna be able to do that. I'm saying it to anybody. And sometimes, because everybody got a story to tell, and because you ain't been where I done been, that ain't to say your story is better than mine or wacko than mine. That just to say, family, that I don't give a fuck. You feel what I'm saying? I might say something out my mouth that may not resonate to somebody. That's okay. That's what BKA family, I'm allowing you to see my gift. I'm a part of that opinion that everybody have. Confirmation that I sit up on the sun because I'm ass talking right now. Everybody got a booty hole. Facts. So that says, family, that I might fuck around and say something out my mouth on this camera. Facts. And I'm saying facts, I'm stamping my say. That don't mean that you gonna feel what it is that I'm saying, because that's you. That's your own emotions. You're being emotional. That's your own emotion. See what I'm saying? So then that might fuck around and make you emotional. And happy don't talk. So when you see somebody trying to force God on you, then already that says you might be fucking around talking to the sin. And I'm telling somebody in plain sight how you able to program the money. You can fuck around your mouthpiece can get you in the right rooms. Your behavior can get you in front of man. That's what all of that is authority. The way that you speak, the way that you act, that's your spiritual eye right there. You can see already, I am wealthy. I am me as I am. You can already see that right there if you just look at it just like that. If you look at it like that, you already see it already. So when you start talking about like prophesying, even when you say prophecy, when you talk about prophesying, family, see higher. When you start talking about prophesying, because when you become the wise one, that says that you are woke. This is just information. And only then it's free. That's why it's such a wealthy land. Because it's free. When you know some of everything, you ain't never got to hate on nobody. You ain't never got to take nothing from nobody. You ain't never got to be nobody that you don't want to be. That's authenticity. Facts. So when you hold that, when you hold on to that, family, you ain't got to fuck around and worry about it. You ain't got to worry about nobody loving you. Facts. And facts, stay away from that shit you love. Yeah, get back. That's not saying that love done hurt you. That's saying that love done healed you back to yourself. It's a healing phase. When you start staying away from that shit you love, it turns into a healing phase, because love is transcendent. Facts. When you fuck around and start locking in with somebody, whether y'all being friends, whether y'all are being partners, okay, it's bound for y'all to bump heads when both of y'all are not on the same vibration. When you start talking about I love you too. I love you more. When you start saying shit like that, love is just love. You can't split it. You can't love your children one way and then love your spouse another way and then love your mama and your daddy another way. Then that's fake. Because you can't split love. It's only one love. That's heart. Whole lot of free game. That's a whole lot of this shit. Facts, family. So is it really fake love? I wrote a song called Fake Love back in 2021. Y'all go stream it. Facts. On that old EP, Fake Love. I was talking about being with a man and being with what he with at the time. I was broken, but I wasn't broke. Facts. It's okay to be like that sometimes. When you sit in your own pain, when you sit in your own situation, that's your heal to something. Facts. Don't ever run from that. It's a lot of people that don't like to be told the truth. So they'll start speaking with excuses and start speaking on God's name, using God's name in vain. They put everything on God. They put the truth on God and they put the bad on the devil. Facts. All that shit just fake. That's just coming from somebody that don't know who God is. And when you say God, family, that's only a name. That's God is more so like an authority to a moral. When you get on a God vibration, that says that you are one with self. That's what that is. Facts. That's talking about you and your authority that you have in this life that you exist in. When you start talking about God and who God is. But other than that, when somebody talking about Jesus love you and God is real, and yes, God is real and Jesus love you and all that, but you don't know none of those things to be true, so it stay a fairy tale, which is how come somebody still reading the Bible, because you don't know you already can go and see the book already. You hold the book. Nobody could be able to lie to you. Nobody can be able to tell you nothing differently if you see, if you know the word of God for real, when you start saying something like that. Look, Two-Face, okay? I might be talking to the face of this planet. Facts, when I say that. Whole lot of free game. I just seen Hopeless Romantic. We were just talking about love. Facts, it's a two-face. It's a phase. Love is a phase. Thank you, Spirit, Elah. Okay? Love is a phase. It's just some shit you go through in life. Love can be good, it can be bad. It's facts. It could be real, it could be fake. It's just a phase. That's it. It's not the true meaning of happiness. It's not even the end. Facts. Whole lot of free game. It just stays only the beginning. This is how come you can get with somebody and y'all can be in the honeymoon phase. It's called the honeymoon phase. And when y'all start getting used to each other, then y'all start waking up to each other, then somebody starts to go cheating. Because you are supposed to be dating. You don't settle down till you die. Facts. You don't start praying till you die. That's when you start coming together with your kingdom spouse. Facts. That's when that's when you start talking to the Lord. You find out who the Lord is. The Lord is on my side. That's when you start, that's the way you use it. You don't do it every day. You don't do it every day, family. It's only a phase. Facts. Last messages on this beautiful Friday, Spirit. Okay, I'm in Tucker, Georgia. I just heard that. Somebody, I see you recharging, okay? This overnight success with this recharge coming out, family, okay? This is like, I see it two ways, family. For somebody here, this is going to be like some type of clout over your weekend, okay? You got a lot of people that want to see you, okay? You got eyes on you or something like that, what I'm picking up on. Okay, it's going to be some type of popularity over your weekend, but I feel like you're going to be able to handle it. Okay, this feels like controversy. You can also be seeing this over the internet, something in the industry surrounding like controversy. Okay, something like that, what I'm picking up on. This could be you, family. You may be involved in like some type of controversy as well over your weekend. Something going just like that, what I'm picking up on. Hello. Last message is Spirit. Thank you. Yeah, you versus you. I got on this like confirmation. So the way these cards fall in, family, I feel like this weekend also you're going to see some type of confirmation or some type of improvement in your situation surrounding your money. I see payday here. Okay, I see deposited here. It's going back to some type of unexpected money. It's unexpected, family, because you done programmed the money in some type of way through prayer. Okay. I'm talking to somebody right now. Hello. You've been praying or something like that. You've been asking for something like that. Okay, this is some good news. What I'm seeing to somebody. Okay, you some type of wish. It look like some type of wish or something like that being granted. I'm not talking to somebody that might be watching this and you don't believe in a miracle, or you don't believe in karma, or you don't believe in fate. I ain't talking to you probably. Okay. Free game, I'm saying, because so that says that, family, this shit that I'm saying out of my mouth, that's what make it a fact. But I can be talking to the real and I can be talking to the fake. I can be talking to the truth and I can be talking to the lie, because I'm programming the money when I speak. And I'm also speaking to the day. That's tomorrow. So I can tell you God is always a day ahead. Fact. So I'm telling you about your weekend here. It's some unexpected money or something like that. I'm telling that to you, or something like that. Some type of wish about to be granted. Okay, you're going to be able to purchase something or make a purchase. I see brand new being here. Okay, you're going to be able to buy something that you've been wanting, or somebody may be buying this for you. Okay, this could be a gift for something like that that's coming in. Hustle mode is here. Okay, this is some type of good news as well you about to receive. You ain't going to have to work so hard. He ain't like work hard, not smart. Okay, this can also be somebody taking it easy over the weekend. Okay, you could be a workaholic or something like that. All you do is work. Okay, I'm churning off of this clock, but I'm getting like you on divine timing. You ain't gotta do so much, or you ain't doing something by yourself. Okay, it's two people right there. You ain't doing something by yourself. You got help from darkness. Something like that. I'm also seeing like with this mirror effect right here, this is like some type of karma. This is some good karma that's coming surrounding somebody money. This is good karma or something like that. Like this feel like karma from the mirror, something you have done, something good. Okay, you could have left some behind. You could have helped somebody using some money or something like that. Okay, thank you, Spirit. This could have been something you already done did. This happened, this coming back. This could have been, you could have been in your car one day, you just gave a homeless man some money or something like that. Like I'm getting like something like that coming back. That money that you gave that homeless man or something like that finna come back to you over the weekend or something. Okay, you could have paid somebody a doctor bill or something, phone bill. You did something surrounding some money. The money coming back. Something like that, what I'm picking up on. This could be some type of investment or something. Okay, Spirit said this is surrounding help. So this is something that's surrounding help, where you done help somebody, not more so an investment. Ashe, okay, something like that. I'm talking to the helpful person, like you somebody always been helping somebody. You always helping somebody, and you did something surrounding some money that's finna come back to you over the weekend. It's that karma. You finna get some good karma. Damn, that's deep, Spirit. And my heart just flooded when I said that. So that's coming from my heart chakra. Okay, that's truth. Okay, until somebody always follow your heart, not more so your mind. Your mind is spirit, so that says that you could be used. Right? When I said it's head over heart, I always tell y'all I wear my heart on my head. Okay, so I don't know what you got going on for real, but even in life when you're dealing with people, always wear your heart on your head. That'll help you make the right decisions. Whether this is in situations where you're coming together with your partner, if you are coming together, with a job opportunity, okay? It's okay to do anything in this life. Just don't stay stuck in it. Know the law that'll track. I don't care what you're watching this reading for on a Friday. Just stay the law that'll track in your situation. See what I'm saying? That's to anything you got going on. Stay the law that'll track, right? And when you know the law, you'll stay out the way. And good karma, good things come to those who patiently wait. That's talking about you being on divine timing. And you align. You in alignment with the good and the bad. You in alignment. That shit can go really, really right. It can go really, really wrong. That says, I ain't gonna put no trouble in my day. I ain't gonna put no trouble in my way. I ain't starting shit with you. I ain't even minding your business. I'm only minding the business that pays me. That's why I'm programming the money. I'm in my bag. It's safe to say that. But if you fuck around and start tempting me, or you fuck around and you even start coming over in my lane that says this shit can go down, this shit can go hell. It can be hell, I could be the devil. Facts. This shit can go like that. Right? That's what that means. That's what that's talking about. I'm talking to some righteous folks. You always want to be self-righteous. You don't want to just be righteous. When you just being righteous, that's dark. You can say that's the deal. If you want to say that, just being righteous, that says you'll never think for yourself. If you just be righteous. And some people, and that's okay. Because some people, you even got to respect the ones that don't even think for themselves. You got to respect them too. Because those are the lessons that's put in this life. Facts. I always wanted to know who made up the law. But that's a law that's made. I know how to make laws. Facts. That's one of them. Right? You will stay, the lesson of stay in life if you never mind the food. It's a foolish world for that reason. Somebody might fuck around and say some stupid shit out their mouth. And family, I might fuck around and get ignorant. Facts. But you just let it stay like that. That's the law. Facts. To somebody. Okay, you got some type of blow up over your weekend. Right? And you got somebody also fake flexing or something like that. What's happening, David? David P, what's up? Okay. It's somebody had fake putting on or something like that. Somebody here, it's an energy of like somebody here, they trying to be on your level or some shit like that. Somebody have, you ever done been around somebody that be perpetrating? You ever been around somebody that be trying to be somebody they ain't type shit? Okay, it's something like that. You gonna be able to see the monkey in the room or something like that. I don't care where you at. You out in public, you at a restaurant or something like that. You in a personal situation. Somebody could even be in the studio. You just seeing shit for what it really is. That's what this says to me. I feel like this weekend you just really seeing how some shit go. I know how shit go. Facts. You know how shit go. When you already know how shit go, stay in your bag. That's just even to anybody right now. Stay in your motherfucking bag. Okay? Thank you, Shay Shay, for the 20 bucks, family. Peace to you. Right? I just told y'all about some good karma over the weekend. Doing something, helping somebody, surrounding somebody. That's coming back to you. Trifold. Facts. I state facts. Confirmation. Facts. And thank you to everybody that been sending gifts this morning. Okay? Peace to y'all. Right? Somebody had perpetrating or something like that. Pretending to be somebody that they not. Okay? This can also be somebody doing this shit to get your attention. You'll be surprised what folks will do, family. You're a real big deal. Okay? Facts. You're a really big old deal. Thank you, family. I don't know how to pronounce your name. Consuela. I think that y'all forgive me, okay? I'm charging to my heart. Facts. I might just be talking from my mind or something like that, family. That's what happened when you go to thinking. Right? To somebody. Listen, you a really big old deal. Thank you, Spirit. Spirit brought it back. You a real big old deal, family. It's like folks be trying to fit themselves around you. Okay? You the type of person don't even gotta prove yourself to nobody, or you don't even care to kick it for real. You don't even care to prove yourself, but it's like that make you cool or something like that. Somebody see you to be like a cool person. Okay? Even if they don't tell you this, I always know that somebody that's trying to be somebody that they not, you might be running into motherfuckers that's fake flexing. Especially I'm talking to the wise one. Where you can see something like you can see people bullshit. You can see the veil on them, okay? Know where you respect where you at right now. Okay, sir and bro. Respect where you at right now. I don't know where you at right now. I'm talking to anybody. I'm speaking to the planet. Okay? BKA the mass. Be okay where you at right now. Be okay about that. Okay? Because if you only knew, if you knew, these folk really want to be where you are. Okay? You the star. Facts. These folk really want to be where you at. They want to be where you are because you the star, family. Facts. They really want to be like, and listen, this shit get deeper than that. I'm talking to everybody. I'm talking to everything right now. Everything is woke. God woke up this morning. T-Law, right? I'm talking to a woman. I'm talking to a grown ass man. Facts. Be okay where you at right now. Because if you want to new motherfuckers really be trying to be on that same type of time you on. Facts. You so high. That's what makes you so high vibrational. You high vibrational because of the eyes that watch. It's the vibration that you carry. When you start, anything you see can see you back. When the mass can see you back, that's a really big old deal. That puts aura up around you. You be aura forming. Somebody, you be aura forming like a motherfucker. Facts. This why folks. Some of y'all could be walking out. I myself, I'm shy, family. When I be out in public, I always be feeling like folk be looking at me. BKA, some folk might say it's paranoid. I'm not paranoid. I just got eyeballs on me. Facts. Everything, I'm aware. I'm woke. I'm really, really sensitive when I'm in nature. Everything you see can see you back. That's how you know you tapped in. When you walking outside and it start looking like shit just looking at you. Only then you famous. But fame ain't what everybody think it is. It be folks on here be saying, I don't want to be famous. I don't want to be famous, but famous ain't what you think it is, family. It's the eyes that watch. And in the physical world, when you start talking about like getting up on this internet or something like that, they try to trick you. You have a whole lot of followers. That's clout. You got to know the difference from being famous and having clout. That's clout. The one that probably ain't looked at like that is the star. That's the one you can't see. That's far, far away. A star. If you ever think about a star in real life, a star, goddamn it, you could be sitting in your home. Sometimes I be seeing the stars in the sky when I'm sitting here by my balcony. Right at night, it be lit up all over the city. Right. And I'm saying that to you, family. Like, I don't care. You can be outside. Goddamn, but when you see a star at night, it's so far away, you barely can see it. That's how you know where you at. Star seed. Okay. A lot of it might not be. You become a star, family, when everything can see you back. Right. I'm telling you, I'm putting you in the sky right now. Right. You might be on this internet like this, and you see it's a couple of eyes. I feel like I'm spacing right now, fam. There might be a couple of eyes. 5 folks over here, 111, 111. It's just confirmation to the eyes that watch. 111 is confirmation. It's confirmation to the eyes that watch on space. Facts. It go like this, especially when you're on this internet. This internet is a screen between us. Even if I fuck around and flick up with one of y'all, right? It's still a screen between us, right? It says you over there and I'm over here. That's star seed. That's the famous one. That says that everything you see can see you back. That's what they say is. Facts, family. And a star, if you BKA, if you sitting on the ground and you look up in the sky and you see that motherfucker, you can't really see it like that. So when you got a lot of eyes on you, I'm talking about when you got a lot of numbers, that should be confirmation of clout. That's just talking about the population. Facts. And you can get rich if you got the population looking at you. When the population, that just says the population. I'm talking to the astronaut now. I'm talking to somebody that might be spacing. Like when you might be on this shit doing what I'm doing, I don't care what you on the screen doing, family. When you start talking about the algorithm, getting the algorithm to see you, and getting the algorithm, you get on camera and pop your shit. See what I'm saying? They say you can go viral off anything, as long as you get the algorithm to see you. It's like you programming the money. You can do this on all these platforms. When you get on this motherfucker, it doesn't matter if you're playing with tarot cards. Hell, you might get on this motherfucker, just eat you a burger. You don't gotta never say nothing. It's just to the eyes that watch. That's how you program the money. BKA, that's how you program the population. It's so easy to do that. Talk about who God is. When you find yourself and you fuck around and tap to all your common sense, all your senses, fuck around and kick in. You can fuck around and get on there and be anybody you want to be. You will fuck around and go up. What? You will go up, family. You will fuck around and just start going up. Next thing you know, you done fucked around and got up so high, it's like people can't see you for real, but they see you. Some folks can see you, some folks can't. They tell you what time is. This is real time right now. They tell you what time is. Facts. It's astrology. Facts. When you be on your internet, don't just be scrolling. Right? When you on the internet and you just scrolling, family, you just seeing all the things that's just happening in the world. That's it. You just on that motherfucker just scrolling, right? But the wealthy one is sitting behind God's plan. That's God's plan. You start talking about God's plan, you behind that motherfucker. And everything you see, you supposed to, when they tell you God use you. Oh, I'm being used. God is using you. I'm telling you how God do it. God is sitting on this internet. It make it easier for God to see everybody. You just be on that motherfucker and just scrolling. I see how I'm finna have my next world being created. I see where that new money finna get ready to come from. God's plan. If you just on this motherfucker just scrolling and you just seeing everybody, then you just a star. You just the chosen one. If you just seeing everything, or if you worried about who see you, that's clout. So, in closing of this message, I want to say to somebody, if you on this internet and you ain't getting no money, it's probably because you just receiving clout. It's probably you waiting on folks to see you when you don't even know you the one programming everybody and everything. You don't know you don't know that people are put here. You don't know how to put people in your world yet. You don't know how to get people to see you. You don't know how to get people to come up to you. Facts. I'm talking about the clouds. When we talk about the clouds that's made up, everything is a cloud. Everybody is a cloud. You sit on a cloud. There are so many heavens. And we start talking about sitting on a cloud, family. It's literally the manifest. It's the fairy tale. It's all that. That's us. See what I'm saying? You get on the internet, family, something that is around you. You just got to figure this out now. I'm putting somebody down with this shit. Something that is going on around you, family. You can see it. But your missing piece to your puzzle is you trying to touch it. I don't care if this is I want me a good ass woman in my life. I want me a good ass man in my life. I want me a bad ass car in my life. I want me a nice ass house in my life. Those are the things that's last, right? So when you start talking about having those type of things up around you, then you got to bring it to you. So how do you bring it to you? You have to first be aware of the eyes that watch and to the time that have changed. And you have to see to darkness because there are going to be certain things that can't see you because you are just so fucking high up. So fucking high up. So how do you get everybody to listen? And that's where God kick in. So you put a book down there and you tell everybody that it's a God up there. And you start telling everybody that God is coming back. And you start telling everybody that there is a day, there is an appointed time where you're going to die. It's so easy, family. This shit is easy. When you start waking up to what the fuck really going on, it's easy. So how do you get everybody to see God or see who God is? Only but God didn't think about that way when it was time for everything to wake back up. So God been trying to figure out how to get everybody here. So you might seem like you're really, really stuck or you're not getting it. Because that's just the thing. God is figuring out and God is remembering now that you can't wake everything up until it's their time to see up here. Facts, they'll spell. So then how do you get everything down there to still live at peace that says it's still going to be good and it's still going to be bad down there in their life? But I'm going to just put everything down there around everything so it can make it comfortable for everybody until they ready to see up here. Because they don't understand this shit might come off like jibber jabber or even gibberish or somebody will fuck around and judge me if I say something out my mouth because they can't see up here already. They can't see this fucking far. I sit up so high every time you and me link, we in the presence of the most highest God. I'm the bunny, honey. Facts. So when it go like that, family, I'll be just getting on here and say, free game. I'm going to just tell you what's going to happen, how it's going to happen, before it's going to happen, and when it's going to happen. And there's going to be some people that's going to judge me because they can't see me. I'm so black. That's the night. That's like the thief in the night. But only I ain't no thief. Only you just robbing yourself because you don't want to see me. Facts. Only you just saying some shit out of your mouth against who I am, family, because you don't know who God is. You too busy trying to know something that you done already know already. You done woke up. You not woke because you ran straight to go pray. Somebody is praying. I ain't making this shit up, family. This is just conversation. I always like to leave y'all with that free game before I be excellent. Family, I'm known for my wisdom. God is wise. That's the whole lot. That said, it don't matter what I do in this life. I could be a drug dealer. I can be a whore. It don't matter what I do in this life. I already done seen all this shit already. And I'm wise enough to tell somebody right from wrong. And I know right from wrong, facts. So nobody can never judge me in this life. It don't matter what I do. Nobody can never judge me. I'm going to just be who I'm going to be. I fuck around and wake up every day and feel like a brand new person. Every time I wake up, it's an existence. The existence gets so big when you know who God is. You'll just feel conquered in everything that you do. I just accomplished some shit on this live. What? I've been talking to the mass. I've been talking to the people. Fuck that. What? That says that even though, I'm talking about the transformation, that says that even though you might be scared of change, and even though you may be scared to die, that God loves you so much that God will still get on here and talk to you, even if you ain't listening. Even if you ain't listening, family, you will still, I still got to get up and go to work every day. I still just know that I got to still be there for my kids. I still know I got to still show up for myself. I still know that I still just gotta get me some motion going in this physical life so I can still have me a living up around me, and I ain't gotta be horn and screwing and sucking and fucking for nothing out there. Facts, I still just have my own favor, God's favor. What? Somebody, thank y'all for listening to the Bunny Honey. It's a really big session. It's a really big roll call. It's a really big season. It's a lot of lies out there in them streets, especially out here in these spiritual streets. Everything is woke. Keep that shit in mind, family, that when things start to wake up, there is also confusion, right? Keep confusing the enemy. There is also confusion, which is why you might see some spiritual folks yelling. Or you might see some religious folks trying to instill the word of God. Like that, family. You can see the enemy. The enemy gonna talk to you. Always keep that in mind. I don't care. That's talking about me. That's talking about you. This is how come Tara could be the devil, because I can say something out of my mouth, family, that makes me the enemy, because I'm not you. So that means that you shouldn't trust nobody but trust yourself. Therefore, you can see everything. You ain't got to never worry about not trusting nobody. Somebody could be working on trust issues or something like that. Find yourself. People gonna keep on fucking over you and doing things until you wake up to who God is. Find yourself. Facts. Anything. You keep on worshiping something outside of yourself, family, you're gonna fuck around and go through some things. Life gonna throw you anything. Therefore, life ain't gonna give you nothing. You just gonna keep on getting blessed every day. And some people is okay with that. Lazy is a spirit. It's a spirit that's in every household. When you're in four walls like that, and every time you enter into a new door, you ever know why you got doors in your house and you got light bulbs in the house? Those are portals. Homes. When you walk into these homes, this is a different portal that you have access to. When you walk into a building, you can walk into a grocery store. When you walk into a mall, those are portals that you're walking into. Those are different portals on a vibration. You fuck around, they call it the public when you outside. When you outside, they call it the public. You'll fuck around and just walk past anything. Those are souls. You can fuck around and create a soul tie when you outside and you don't know what's walking out there. You'll fuck around and create a soul tie, and a soul tie is karma. They say it's a karmic debt. You'll fuck around. Some of y'all got kids by y'all own sister and brothers. I did. I had a baby. Mary had a son. I was cursed. So it's a part of my life I had to sit in an introspection. I had to wake up to who God was. Facts. That's incest, spiritual incest. So now me and they daddy was sister and brothers in spirit. And we had a son, we had a baby together. So that's how come I had to go through all of those things. Being homeless, Messiah sat outside. I had to go through all that. But now that I have paid back my karmic debt, they call it BKA, the manifest. You know, when you manifesting and stuff like that, there's a sacrifice. That's why I had to go through all that, because I had to pay back a karmic debt. That's why the Bible tell you don't get married out of wedlock. Some of y'all be thinking that, I seen a little video with light-skinned Keisha. She got a lesson to learn. Fact, she was talking about women and how women pick the wrong guys. And how it ain't her fault that women pick the wrong guys and she happy in her marriage. She just put evil out on her when she said that thou shalt not judge. That'll make evil eye look at you. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. Once the lesson come, you gotta go through it. Facts. That's a whole lot of free game. A whole lot of that shit, family. It don't matter if you when you start, you can be forgiven for your sins, but when you start breaking like law of attraction, it doesn't matter if you are a baby or a child. This is how come a child can still receive punishment. It doesn't matter. When you break certain rules with law of attraction, that's stable, that's firm, that's the foundation. When you break that, everybody has to pay. That's a deal. If it's a higher form, everything will have to pay. You will have to literally die out of that old life, and you will have to grow up fast. Some of y'all jumped off the porch early. I know I did. When you got to jump off the porch early, when I woke up, I heard I need you way more up here. T-Saw, when y'all marry, y'all become one. So when my husband died, when man died, I woke up. Facts. T-Naw, that was one of my rankings. That was I was being ordained. Facts. So when you start waking up, Family, when you start waking up, you gotta go ahead and grow up. You gotta grow up fast. You gotta start doing certain things, right? But that's why you got your inner child. That's where your inner child come from. That's talking about a child that may have seen too much too early. That means you died before your time. So you had to start ascending quickly. BKA in the earthly realm is called grow up fast. You had to grow up fast, and then when you get back to your big grown age, you done did everything in that life. Now you don't know what to do. So that's where the manifest come in at. That's where time reset. Everybody go through a grand reset when you make it up that far. That says you done died out of one life, you done seen everything off in heaven, and now it's time for you to go back to living, right? And so now you back at your inner child. That says that you are just your age is your spiritual days. That you done been in your physical birthday, that's your day. Those are your ages in this physical life. But your spiritual age, you done seen everything already. Right? And you done went through heaven, you done went through hell, right? But when you start seeing through the veil, this is what happened when you came out of your mama's ass. You was blinded from that. But you go back through the birth canal when you being reborn again. And you go back to life, you go back to earth, that's when you go to seeing the devil. You might fuck around and start thinking about suicide, right? Fate will start showing up to you. Life will start giving you a choice. This is how you say which way you want to go when you come back in this physical life, right? I'm talking about at your big grown age like this, right? So there could be a baby being born at this time. There could have been a baby dying. There could have been somebody, there could have been a celebrity dying at this time. There's a new star being born. Every day a star is born. Like, that's how that go, family. When you done seen Christ, that's called Christ. When you done seen Christ, it means you done made it to the top already. And when you get to the top, it ain't nothing there. It's Satan standing up there. When you start talking about like I'm talking about the throne. Who sits on the throne? Satan sit up there. Satan is God. Y'all should know that. Okay? When you start talking about making it all the way to the top, Satan will be standing right there. And Satan will just look at you and give you a choice. Y'all seen a story one time where a woman jumped off the building and left all of her kids. Whole lot of free game, family. Satan won't stop you when death show up to see you. Death don't just take your life. You have to be the one to take your life. I don't care if somebody got shot in their head. I don't care if somebody whatever happened, fate let you choose. It's what I'm trying to tell you. Some of y'all done had near-death experiences. Fate will allow you to choose your destiny. Fate will allow that. Facts. If you've never been through that before, then I might be speaking gibberish to you. Facts. I speak 28 different languages. Or I might fuck around and be on here speaking Geech. And some of y'all may see it or hear it to be English. That's a whole lot of free game, family. I'm talking to some fools that may be out here talking about Jesus love me or tarot is of the devil or you are a serpent. Family, I'm of all things, because in this life you will go through some things. You will literally go through hell and back. And when somebody can't tell your story, when you could be the one to tell your story, then that'll leave a whole world for somebody to be able to judge you. When they don't know who the fuck God is. And they don't know they self. So then I'm wearing black today. I be manifesting, family. I wore a lot of black today. Because a man said Scorpios need to stop wearing black. Scorpios get really, really deep. All them other colors and shit like that, when you start talking about other colors, when Scorpios put on other colors, they are really, really happy because they sit up on the rainbow. Death. Right? When you put on black, they put them in their power. And people probably can't take that. Sometimes your mouth could be a weapon. You can fuck around and say some things out your mouth and piss somebody's ass off. Or put somebody's ass in their feelings. Or Scorpios could be really, really cold and fuck around and walk away. And you, the whole time you was thinking that, damn, I thought that Scorpio loved me. I thought them folk love them folk. It'll have you sitting around thinking. You'll be sitting around thinking like, damn, the whole time I thought them folk were fucking with my game. Damn, them folk just went mute on my ass. Like, it's like a mute. It ain't that I cut you off. I ain't let you know nothing. It was just like a mute. That's how death show. It's sudden. It's like a sudden death. Scorpios walk with a sudden death. Them November Scorpios, I can speak. I'm November the 6th. In fact, them November Scorpios built different. It's like a mute, a silent mute, or something like that. It's like you fuck around and become a ghost. I'm telling somebody how you be the ghost. I'm saying that to anybody because I'm speaking to the planet. Right? When you want to become a ghost, wake up, become conscious, come to your IQ level. Tap in with your IQ level. You'll fuck around and become a ghost, literally. It works to anything. Ghost writer. You'll fuck around and write that, put them words together. Some of y'all be looking at my free game. I be exposing my brain when I write. When I write, I be placing them words and shit like that. So when I get in the studio and I go to making me some music and shit like that, my music just be having gab on it. Like, I got an ear for music. It put me in a mind. It put me in the mind, put me outside the mind. I be having like an out-of-body experience or something like that. Spirit. I know how to be a spirit. I'm talking to somebody. I said spirit guide. Some of y'all be watching me. That name, I ain't just come up with that. That name is ordained. I'm gonna see $1 trillion off that name. Spirit guide, intuitions, facts. The richest woman in the world. This is what I seen when I went up there. The richest woman in the world. Spirit guide, intuitions. And I didn't see how I was gonna do it either. That's because it's dark when you get it, like it's black. You can just still see vision come from darkness. You don't see it first, you just know it. That's when you wake up in the morning. You see what I'm saying? Like, it be like that. So Spirit done already told me what it is. Spirit said $1 trillion. Spirit said spirit guide intuitions. So I told somebody when I got on this message, I said, you might be sitting up around a miracle. Right? That's just something that this is the light in darkness. You might fuck around and just see it, but now you gotta place it. So I be so emotional, like I'm like I be feeling like a goddamn spider or something like that, family. I be having all these wires on me, right? If you see spiders, they look so damn scary. Someone looks so damn ugly. Shit be getting ugly for real. I be feeling like I had all these eyes on me and all these legs and all these hands. And then it's like, you be feeling like you want to multitask, but you be trying to put a foundation to it, like how to put it. And that takes time. Sight. This is how sight is being, I'm working on sight, how sight is being created. Like how to place everything that you know. Like them thoughts, they got to go somewhere. This is how the physical things was put here. How you put the physical things here. Because anything could be made up. You feel what I'm saying? Anything can be made up, but how do you put it here? Like when you talk about the trees and the grass and the houses, they start from a thought, right? A thought process. So when you put something here, I'm talking about in a whole nother world. Because one thing about the world, all these shit look alike. All of it look alike. But when you start talking about like getting in your own world and creating in your own fucking world, how you put it there. If you in your own world, family, and you can't touch it, somebody might be sitting around broke, or you barely making it, or something like that. That's because you're supposed to be, you probably be in your own world, something like that, right? And you're in your own world, you gotta touch it. You gotta see how to touch it. You gotta see how to get around this shit. It seems like, damn, all these folks out here getting money. Everybody just rich. Everybody having this shit going on. If you ain't having that going on, but yet, that's something that you want, you probably ain't tapped into your wealth. You probably ain't tapped into it. You can just see it. That's time sitting in front of everything. You just see it, but you can't touch it. So you gotta figure out how to touch it. Facts. You gotta figure out how to place the miracle. A miracle come when you done lost faith. I've been getting on here putting y'all down with this shit. I said, move away from praying and move away from having faith and start having trust, right? You want to trust yourself. You want to speak life into existence because it already exists. You want to speak life into something that you want. I will have this. I will have this, right? So now you're affirming the things that you want because the evil, I see you now. That's the algorithm. Way before the internet. Way before the internet. But if you want to use this internet, this is like justice to everybody. This is free will. You can get on this motherfucker and go up. It just tell you to follow the rules. That's law of attraction. Certain platforms will get on this motherfucker and tell you can't have on certain things or you can't say certain things out of your mouth. when you on the internet. Me, I'm self-made. Can't nobody tell me what the fuck to do. So my numbers is like they is because I gotta get in alignment with law of attraction. Cause I be on this motherfucker just all over the place. I be spacing. I've been spacing. We in space. These numbers, this is the ratio of us. The money that is sent. This is the program. This is how you programming the money. This is what I can see when I get on this motherfucker. When I be on here, I be saying, I want these goddamn numbers in front of me. This is like astronaut. We the astronauts. We the ones in space. We the ones going up when we get on here. So some of y'all might fuck around and get on this internet and you might feel like you being drained lately. Lately, you might be feeling like you being, your eyes is hurting and shit like that. And some people have actually taken a break off the internet. That's because they didn't know they was going up in space. That's the secret. That's just like right now, you and me, right now, how we doing? We up in space, but we still sitting here. Everything just still sitting here. This is gravity, all that. This is the mass coming up. This how they get, this how everything, this is God working mysterious ways. There are people that live up there on the moon. I'm one of them. Facts. And so it's like, you back on the other side, right? You back, it's like a face. It's a face of the moon. How do we get here? We all just went like this. I told y'all, I was talking to y'all on Spirit Guide Intuition, and I told y'all the firmament was closing up, right? That's where everything being settled. So now you're seeing psychic readers tell you, like, hey, everything is about to go back to the way it was around you. God getting ready to bless you and all of those things, because I told y'all about a little story about God when don't nobody know who God did all of these great things, and when it was time for everybody to wake up and see who God was, and when God said, hey, I'm God, somebody might have fucked around and said, you ain't God, and God was trying to get on here and just give out love to a nation. Somebody said, get off of here talking that nonsense. Somebody said, you ain't who you say you is. Somebody said, you telling a lie. Somebody said, you listening to the devil. Somebody said, those are spirits. So then God said, well, damn, how in the fuck do you get through to people? How in the fuck do I get through to the people? So I'm going to just keep everything the way it is. So that way when you wake up, that's a memory. It'll just, you'll just remember, because that's what you're comfortable with. So God will still allow you to wake up to the earthly things. You'll wake up to the earthly things because you scared of that. That's the real big gap, that fear. Fear no man but God, right? That's what they told you, right? Fear no man but God. So somebody really feel the word for real. When the law show up and say do certain things, some people don't even know how to sit with that. That be too big, or that be too damning. It requires you to be disciplined when you got to follow the rules. It requires discipline. So you got, even when you have a temper, I have a temper. Even when you have a temper, you still got to remain some level of discipline in your life. That's what create the law, right? In the physical life, that's what create the law. By you being obedient. It's not that God won't control over you. This is mind control that I'm talking about. When you are obedient to what you got going on, then everything else will be made up around you. That's a vibration. That says that it doesn't matter if it's good or bad in this life, you got an aura around you. That's what create this right here. When they talk about a world go around. This circle, I'm telling you how to circle to the planet, how they came up with that. Planet Earth, planet Earth is created. Okay, that's how come you can see, feel, and touch things here. So it's created. So you gotta get tapped in with what the fuck really going on. You got to receive the truth. You can't do it no other way. That's how come rich people got problems. You can't. It don't matter if you're coming to all the money in the world, or if you got somebody that you feel like will love you past your living. You heard what I said? They'll love you past your living. See what I'm saying? That part, it'll be like that, family. It'll never be the real thing. Some of y'all ain't even had sex for real. Y'all just be fucking. Facts. You fuck around and fuck somebody and get in your feeling because you don't know. That's like exchange. Y'all swapping souls. So a lot of these niggas out here acting like bitches because a lot of we done swap souls with their ass. These niggas out here goddamn walking around expecting you to chase they motherfucking ass. Bitch, nigga, bitch, fuck. Get out your feelings. Nigga get in his feelings real quick. My brother King Wing said, all these women acting like men, cause they can't find a real man. Facts, that shit was the realest shit he wrote during these times. Pay attention to the lost souls too. My brother is lost. Shouts out to that boy King Wing. Facts, Satan is our brother. My brother was the same one standing there when all them young niggas walked up on my son a couple of weeks ago and just took his fire while he was asleep. And my son popped back up on all them silly birds. Facts without a fire. And all them niggas had fires. They thought they were gonna be going around saying they got damn stole off on shots by man. That's my son. Facts, that ain't gone. He ran up on all them niggas like that. And every nigga that had a gun didn't touch him because that was his protection. God is big. Spirit, I'm talking about spirit, because I be speaking to the mass. Facts. So it's like a favor for a favor. If you is gonna have, that's that part where I never sell my soul. If you don't sell, if you just really stand on your business, and you get tapped in with the law for real, then everything that'll track, it'll fuck around and become your use of something. You can program the money will come back to you. Somebody will keep on getting up residually watching me every day because of this shit I'm saying out my mouth. What? Especially when they lost in a world that they trying to wake up in every day. What? Somebody will pay attention to me. And all in that same world, in that same fucking life, family, somebody will say something that talk against me because they don't know who God is. So I can fuck around, I should write a book. That part alone, when I be on here, I be looking at the money. Every day when I be getting on here. Sometimes I don't get on here. Right? Because the vibration be so damn big that I be sitting on. I be having to reset, like, I be having to goddamn hold up, ground myself real quick for all this shit. When I get on here, everything they see me, I can see back. Facts. Well, only this time, I blew my first meal, but only this time, I ain't gonna go like that. I had to get everything off from around me. Get all that shit off from around me so I can see clearly. When you see clearly, family, then you can activate some shit. That's when you putting the world back together. When you putting the world back together, free game, family. Some of y'all be grateful for where you are right now. If you single, if you finding yourself just in a phase in your life where it just seems like you ain't got nobody, you might be a God. You might be on a really big God vibration. You might be in that season of your life where you finna bring everything to your favor. Everything. And you not gonna know how to do this. That's where the miracle come in. God perform miracles. God is able. Okay? You might not know how the fuck to do this, but darkness is gonna guide you by the things that you see. So that says that's what's gonna put the thoughts on you. The things that you see is gonna put thoughts on you. The things that you hear with your 2 ears, that's gonna put the thoughts on you. That's gonna put the thinking on you. Fuck the emotions. You might fuck around and not be an emotional feeling at this time, which is why love will only make you lazy right now. It's not time for love. But some people might be falling in love because that's gonna stay the fairy tale. That's always the fairy tale. It's always somebody that's ready to grow up. You see what I'm saying? It's always somebody that got some shit going on in their life. Facts. That's always. You see what I'm saying? That's recurrent. That's the residual. That's that money that's coming back. That's that money. That's how you know the money coming back. That's how you know it's a wealth transfer. That's how you know that it's eternal. Everything is eternal life. That's how you know that, family. Because it's somebody that's gonna resonate, and it's somebody that ain't. So when I get on this motherfucker, I say, take what resonate and leave what don't. When I be saying that, family, I know what I be saying when I be saying that. Which is how come I also get on here and tell a woman that might be watching me, so don't follow me. Facts, look up to me. I'm a mother God. I'm a God mother. Facts. Don't follow me. Follow your own lead. Right? But look up to me because I'm the spirit guy. That's bringing you to your higher self when you lost. Fact, that's it. That's all. It shouldn't be nothing other than that. I'm not on here for a long time, but right now this is the existence, right? And I'm on this motherfucker and I'm telling you what's gonna happen, how it's gonna happen, before it's gonna happen, and when it's gonna happen. Only it's you and your feelings if you behind the screen, because I sit behind the sun. Facts. And also the moon. The moon is a face. The sun is the moon. It's a face. Day and night. It's a face. Right? So that says you might be on one side of thinking and I might be on the other side of thinking. But I know something you don't know. And you know something I don't know. But if you done seen both sides, and that sit me in the middle of the face. That makes me the face of this earth. Facts. We talking about facts. I'm not telling you something I don't want in red. Cause see, that's what they tricking and misleading, that the blind lead the blind. You be having folks on this motherfucker trying to roll somebody out off of something they don't win in red. They don't even know it for real. And that's also how you can see truth on people. Folks can say certain shit out of their mouth, and you can just tell by the way that they talk what side of the world they on. If they done been here before already, these are the things you can see when you see Ashe. I be saying it's an Ashe day. It's such an Ashe day. They're saying that I can see everything and everything can see me bad. They're saying that. I show you what I shade. I show you what I shade. That also says that I'm one with self. That's also me letting you know that I sit in the face of this earth. Facts. That also lets somebody know and addresses the conversation that I'm Mother God. You sitting in the presence of the Most Highest when I speak. Facts. So that says I might sit on this motherfucker and I might say something. It might sound really, really dumb when I speak sometimes. And sometimes when I speak, the shit might sound really, really wise. It might go like that, but it's only, my voice is an echo. It's like a sound wave. It's an echo, right? And the shit that I say out of my mouth is only me picking up the energy in the day. So that says something gonna resonate and something ain't, because that's the energy that I'm picking up on. I say spirit. When you start talking about thinking, nobody thinks for themselves. You don't think. You're a conscious. Conscious see. To be conscious is see-ness. Facts. When you start talking about thinking is hearing. Fact, that's where your inner mind comes from. When you start talking like that. When you start speaking like that. When you speak in that language. Facts, family. So when it's like that, everything should be in alignment. When you know those things should be in alignment. If you won't hear this weekend, you shouldn't be broke. And if you broke, that means you're not broken. If you're in a phase where your money might be sitting or your money might be funny, work on your solar plexus. Because everybody wants money right now. Santa Claus is real. Fact, Santa Claus sit up by the clock. It's like like this ancient white ass old man. Facts. I can see how they came up with Santa Claus. And Santa Claus come to certain people around a certain time of the year. I can see how they came up with Christmas. It's Santa Claus started showing, and it's a fun, when you was a little girl or when you was a little boy, it was Santa Claus. But when you become a functioning adult and you get to a certain point in your life, it becomes divine time. It's the man that sit by the clock. Right? So when you start talking about like these holidays, Christmas, when they get around Christmas, a lot of miracles happen. See, when in the little Christmas movies, they show you Santa Claus coming down the chimney and a little white man falling out of the fucking fireplace and shit like that. But as a functioning adult, there is just like this fairy tale, these people that just come out of the clouds. And you might be outside and somebody might just pay for your things. Confirmation with me going to the store this morning, and a guy just paid for my tab. He just came out of nowhere, just came in and paid for my tab. That was confirmation that Santa Claus is near. So I'm telling somebody like over the weekend, somebody might just give you some money or something like that. That was confirmation of the day. The prophet always bring it back and write it down. Thank you for the gift from Nisi. Thank you, family. Peace to you. Okay, Ashe. That was confirmation. See, when the prophet say something, or family, I have a prophecy. When I tell you I have a prophecy, that means that I am stamping something that I know. When I give you a message, I'm stamping something that I know. I'm not telling you no lie. You can never use your gift for evil intent. Death will be brought upon you, especially when you're speaking to the mass. You don't lie. Everything you're supposed to tell the truth. You're supposed to say it, even if somebody go against what you're saying. You're supposed to say it anyway. That's judgment. That happens. I think it talks about that in the book of Revelation. It's something so loud something so keen, something so big that just erupt in your insides and in your mind, and it take over. Something so woke, right? And you just go to saying shit, and it's like only the fools is the ones that don't know. Those are the ones that's on earth. You can tell who on earth. Somebody may be in a traditional life, and that's okay. That don't say that you a bad person. They be telling you like hell. You die, you either go to heaven or you go to hell. It's a vibration. Hell is where all of the earthly things is. That's where you don't see. That's a sinful world. You just stay in that world when you ain't ready to wake up. So some people is like, I still love people. Facts. Because I love myself. I know light and I know dark. So that says spiritually that I can't go against the grain. I could never use my gift for evil intent when these bitches be on here saying little weird shit out their mouth. God still give them grace. Because if I expose their whole brain, it might scam. If they really knew who God was or what it was or who it is. Because guess what? When somebody go to tapping over into evil and they go to fucking with divination, they wake up something in them. And then you start seeing shit for what it really is. It releases the veil. That's why it's wrong. That's why it's wrong to go pray. Because you start opening up the veil. When you start doing it, prayer is a weapon. Prayer is powerful. When you start using it, it opens you up and gives you access to everything. And you might not be ready to see that high. You might not be ready to live that high. Especially when you're just trying to love somebody. Nigga, bitch. For real. Happy Friday, y'all. Y'all been tapped in by the biggest bunny, honey. Facts. And don't let nobody tell you nothing different. Think for yourself. Think for yourself. Okay? Y'all think for yourself this weekend. Think for